Hello, Star Wars and unboxing fans. Welcome to a unique episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. As you can see, I'm not in my normal Darth Tuba studio, but I am with some friends here. We got little Dio, and we got one of our Build-A-Droid that we did in Galaxy's Edge. This is Phil I5, and we are going to actually do a little review today, or I don't know if I want to call it a review or just a watch moment of some vintage Star Wars commercials, toy commercials from the 70s and 80s. And part of this is just because I'm trying to branch out and try to do a few different things, see what else we can do, and other things is just because I love those commercials. I love everything that goes on with them, so I thought we would kind of go through them. So I found a place online, okay, and I'm going to go to that in a moment. But I will give the YouTube person credit shortly, and they were good enough to put all the commercials together in kind of one loop, or most of the commercials. We shall see. So let's check that out now. All right. Large size figures. Yes. The hair on Princess Leia is always a pain. Oh, the grappling hook. The grappling hook. You know, those were fun figures. They did a good job with them. So cool. I'm sorry that they didn't continue that back in the original line, but they more than made up for it later on. Kids, that was the sound effects we had back then. Doesn't it sound like R2? Yeah, you can make R2 do lots of stuff. You could go backwards and forwards and spin. Look out! It's pretty decent quality for, you know, just probably taping it off of like a Betamax or video cassette. Land of the JAWAS. That's awesome. Ugh. I always wondered, these kids who were acting, I wonder if they paid them in toys. We just showed this in one of our previous episodes. Ooh, you make them disappear like magic. Land of the Jawas. Cardboard and plastic, but it has a lot of fun. Now this was a tough item to find. I do not believe it was a general item. It was something you could only find, I think it's Sears or JCPenney. And we didn't have a Sears or a JCPenney near us, so we didn't get it. I had to find it later on for many, many, many dollars more than what they originally sold for. But it's a beautiful piece. And if you look back on my earlier episodes, you'll see that we have that. The land speeder. Looks like it's floating. Actually, that was a pretty cool technology with the, you know, there's kind of a spring into the... It had wheels, but it was like sprung. They had a little spring on the bottom of it, so it did bounce and look as though if it was floating. I always wish I could find the music that they used. Like, actually, just recordings of the music from the commercials. Dun 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 dun. This is nice, cool fanfare. I remember this. This was when the second round of figures came out. Like, I thought that they were only going to have one set of figures, like around 12 figures, and that was it. And then all of a sudden, we see this commercial, and there's all these other, the Cantina aliens. It was fantastic. Little did we know how long this was going to go. R5-D4 and Greedo. And this is a lot of times how we knew their names. I love the cantina, the ragtime music in the back. You could make them move. The fall feature was kind of cool. I was mad. I wanted the band. I was mad that they only made the band into a painting instead of their own figures. But we got the cantina figures later on. The Patrol Dewback. I got to give it to Kenner for their absolute ingenious idea of just having a little trapdoor, spring-loaded thing where you can just stick the figure in directly, as opposed to I like that better than having them have weird joints where they bend and it doesn't look right. You know what I mean? And they're also hard to stand up. This, guys, was everything. I mean, ask anybody who got this for a birthday or Christmas the year it came out. That was like the toy that all other toys are compared to. Lots of play features. I like how Mark Bordeaux, who was the designer, designed every Falcon that's ever come out through them, up until now, through Kenner. Oh, this was so much fun. Oh my god, the space station. I used to play the Story of Star Wars record, and I used to act it out with all the toys. And when the Death Star blew up, I used to throw this thing around and have it break apart. But it didn't break, it just broke apart. And you put it back together. It was great, it was so much fun. Of course, my mom saw the pile of broken up Death Star space station pieces and threw it out. So, oh, wow. Okay, moving on. We are into the micro machine, but the micro collection. Too ahead of its time. It didn't take off, but it was so good. Those little figures are die-cast metal. They're real heavy, really gorgeous. I mean, I thought it was a cool idea. You had some pretty good playability, you know? You could do more little play features, you know? Darth Vader with a lightsaber. Obi-Wan. I'm sorry, Ben. Yeah, they all had their lightsabers in their arms. So it doesn't look like this is in like too much in order, because now it looks like this is back in the first movie. The micro collection was definitely the Empire Strikes Back. TIE Fighter, Millennium Falcon. Yeah, listen to the sound effects. That was our sound. Wow, another Millennium Falcon commercial. Cool. I love the music. I think there's a book out, The Man Who Shot Luke Skywalker, which was all about the photographer who did all these awesome photos, not just for the commercials, but for the back of the catalogs and things like that. Yep, back to micro collection. These were good. Like, look, they broke apart, but they didn't really break apart. They just sprung back together. It's a cool feature. The figures did look a little weird, that they were kind of bent over. You can kind of see. Oh, yeah. Darth Vader TIE. I mean, it's essentially the same exact thing as a regular TIE Fighter, except the bent wings. I'll be back. Wrong franchise, kid. Oh. 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 Whoa! Kenner's cash refund booklet. I'd love to just have that booklet. I love those old catalogs. Oh, so much fun. Oh, there's I'm not very nostalgic when it comes to the sound effects. They were basically just really, like, I think one of them was like a little tiny record that would just scrape up against something, and the actual battery operated button just operated the disc to spin it. Oh, more 12-inch figures. I like the Stormtrooper movable arms and legs. Oh yeah, R2, yeah, he had a secret little compartments in the back for the plans. So much fun. Oh, yeah, that's right. Actually, I don't think I have that Han Solo, but I don't think I have his medal. This is the one I mentioned in a couple of previous episodes. Build your own droids. Yep, R2 with the actual third leg, middle leg. That was a fun... The Droid Factory was one of my favorites. It was because you could make like a bunch of droids. And if you really want to have fun, try to find Droid Factory parts and make a bunch. Oh, the troop transport. Kenner designed that, right? Kenner designed that, and then it found its way into the Mandalorian. And now Hasbro has made the new version of it. So it all started with a toy, eventually found its way into Rebels and then Mandalorian, and now it's a toy again. Star Wars figures. Oh wait, this is early. You can tell by the early bird set. This is the first one. You can even tell Luke's lightsaber was double telescoping. It was twice as long, but they weren't able to get it to work right, so they got rid of it. Wow, February and June. That's a pretty big jump. I don't usually see an adult doing this. All 20. Collect all 20. Do you know how many figures there are now, folks? There's got to be close to pushing 1,000 figures. Not including the original 100 plus. Boba Fett. Sold separately. But there is not just Boba Fett. It was supposed to be the launching backpack missile. I have that. I have that collector case. Turn the trays over and you can... I did that a few times. Yeah, except if that little button doesn't snap, they all come flying out. The new Star Wars lightsaber. Oh, that was our lightsaber, kids. All you Master Replicas, EFX collectibles kids, that was what we had to deal with. It was playing with a... I don't think they actually popped the balloons. Oh my god. And if you try to... Ugh. Balloons not included. Oh. This is that one I mentioned too. That thing is worth thousands of dollars now. And it really wasn't even that fun of a game. It's basically just an Air Wing Aces game from like a World War I game. That's what I talked about, recycled toys. Just want to keep dibs on how much time we have left. Oh yeah. Kids, this was our Nintendo. This was our DS, our Xbox, our PS4 or whatever. Couple of dots.
Hey Dad, let's play the basic game. Always get carried away.
Electronic Battle Command. Another one. Oh, alone or with a friend. Oh my god. So basic, but... And the sound effects... Basically, it would sort of play the song, and you thought that was the greatest thing ever. Oh, and then of course, the Star Wars Escape from Death Star game, which has just been re-released with a Tarkin figure. And I opened it up on an episode, and it's pretty much the same exact toy, same exact game. They were able to get these games out faster because those games were easier to make than toys. I think one more. There are your vans. Those are the conversion vans. And then you see they even like sparked. I love the music. It's like very disco. Custom grills. Space age graphics. Oh wow! I didn't know it came with barrels and cones too. All right, so very cool. Cancel. Okay, so I do want to thank Eric Strand from YouTube. Okay, he was good enough to get that for us. So, what'd you think, guys? Right? Pretty fun. So those were basically just the toys from the Star Wars years, from like 1978 or 77, 78, 79, beginning of 80. There was a whole series of other toys that happened during Empire Strikes Back and during Jedi, and even beyond that. So we'll review them if this goes over. We'll review them on a future episode. But I want to thank everyone for indulging us as we did this. We'll be back to other unboxing episodes and whatnot. There are still things coming in the mail. So make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification button. We have passed 5,000 subscribers. That's so awesome, as I mentioned. And we're looking forward to seeing how far much, just continuing to grow as a channel. And please leave comments if you have any questions. I'm thinking about doing a Q&A, which I might put out on the Facebook page, the Twitter, and the Instagram pages, so that you guys can put out any questions you want to have asked, and we'll see what we can do, whether it's about things to unbox or things and just any questions in general. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, may the Force be with you.